It's relatively fast. Like I said, it's not bad. Every now and then it's just stuff like if I open up messages, it'll take a while. And if I like open up Twitter, it'll take a while to load the messages. But everything else, like swiping, scrolling, it's all pretty fast and pretty smooth. So, another thing, it's quite small. I mean, I've got pretty small hands, and this is really comfortable. I can reach everything. I don't have to try especially hard. It's small enough for me. I mean, I wish I was a bit thinner, but then I'd probably be sacrificing the better keyboard, and I'd have even worse battery life, and it's just probably not worth it. Though, actually, think about it, they could have gone with an AMOLED screen and then just made it even thinner, but hey-ho. Another good thing, WebOS. WebOS is just awesome, guys. If you haven't used it, I'd probably say check it out, because it looks so difficult, because there's no visual cues of how to go back, or how to go back here, which is like home. And I gave it to my girlfriend, and I just said, try and compose a text, and she just goes, how do I get out of here? And I was in the browser, and I showed her the swipes and everything, and she got it. And then like she went back to using her S3, which is a hell of a lot faster and everything, and she loves her S3, but she was very taken by WebOS, I should say. It's just, everything just works. It's like, oh, actually that makes sense. Like, you want to go back, you swipe back. You want to go home, you swipe up, it goes to a card, and you swipe the card away. It makes sense, and it's just so cool. Another thing which I really love about WebOS is just the simplicity of it. I mean, it's pretty easy to, I'm trying to think how to say this. It's easy to learn. I mean, when you first turn it on, it'll give you a gestures guide. There's a gestures guide in the box, but there's like a little video teaching you how to select things, how to go back and everything. So it's not difficult that way, but still, it's pretty cool. Another thing I'd show you is Touchstone, but it's currently not here. I've actually got it at my office, and I forgot to bring it home. But Touchstone is awesome. It's just inductive charging, so you just lay it, and it goes at about this angle, so you can actually still see it, and it just charges wirelessly. You plug your charger. It has to be used the Palm USB charger, but you plug it in there, plug it into the back of the Touchstone, and you just lay the phone on the Touchstone. There's 4 magnets in the back plate. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a massive induction coil around the Palm logo. And there's the same in the base, and it just transmits electricity through the coil, and it's like really cool, and it charges. And I found it also charges a lot faster through Touchstone than when it's plugged into the mains. Another thing, like I said, the screen, Gorilla Glass, incredibly scratch resistant. I mean, I've had it in my pocket, in my back pocket, I wear quite a bit of cargo pants, so they've always got keys or coins in them, and this thing is still scratch free. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fingerprint magnet. I mean, I wish they put an oleophobic coating over the glass or something, but there's no screen protector, and this thing is still fine. So, hey, I was going to show you notifications, and then I realised I'd closed it by, early in the video there was a messaging notification, which I ended up closing when I opened up texts, and I was like, oh, well done, idiot. So, alright, let's move on to a few cons. Like I said, guys, battery life is appalling. It's just so bad. I'd like to buy an extended battery, but it's just like, I shouldn't have to. The camera is pretty crap. That's the same thing among every WebOS phone. The battery's just bad. The camera's just bad, sorry. Build quality. The build quality is good, and it's a lot improved, but there's still a bit of shake in the slider. I mean, at least on this one I can push up with one hand, whereas on the other one, if I push it with one hand, I thought I was going to snap the screen off. So it's a hell of a lot better, but it could be a hell of a lot better. Like I said earlier, it was fast, but every now and then it's sluggish. Like I said, when you open up text and you try to open up a thread, or if you try and think what else. Photos. If you open up photos, all the thumbnails will take forever. Like, obviously now I'm trying to show you, it loads quickly, but these thumbnails usually take forever to load. So, as I said, it's fast at times, but also it can be incredibly sluggish. This next one is a bit of a knock on WebOS and its apps. There aren't many at all. I mean, I was surprised to find the three major versions of Angry Birds. I've got Angry Birds Lite, I've got Angry Birds Seasons, I've got Angry Birds Rio. There's no Angry Birds Space, but I highly doubt this phone can even handle it. There is a Crack the Whip, which is a whip app, which means you go whoosh when you shake it back and forth. A voice recorder, because I needed one for work. Foley, which is like fall down on every other platform. This is called Foley to be awkward here. Super Jump is like a Doodle Jump clone. The helicopter game is obviously Copter. Free YouTube Mini Free, which is sort of to replace that, because that YouTube actually just links to YouTube Mobile, whereas that acts like the actual app. WebOS Nation News, because I don't really want to keep going to webosnation.com. It's not this a bad site, I just prefer to have a little app. Instagrio Lite, which is an Instagram viewer. You can't post anything, but you can view. Spotify Currency Converter. Tangram. Tangram is a puzzle, which means you you move all the puzzle pieces to make an animal or a shape or something like that. What else? FML, which I have on every device I own. I have it on my other WebOS device, I have it on my Android device, I have it on my BlackBerry. It's just a great app, it makes me laugh. Phoenix, or PHNX, is a great Twitter app, which I swear by now, and I wish it was available on other platforms. It just looks really, really cool. I'll open it up here. Another thing, this does take a while to load. See, this is another thing, I've turned on advanced gestures in the WebOS settings menu, so I can just like swipe through the app. See, this is what I mean, it can be sluggish at times, because I've got Phoenix trying to load in the background. It doesn't like to do processor intensive things multiple times. So hopefully it should work now. There you go. But like I said, this is Phoenix. This is a really, really pretty Twitter app, and I don't know why it hasn't come out of Resume yet. It's got the great swipe gesture. No, it hasn't. Yes, it has. Wow, it doesn't really want to work today, does it? It's got the same swipe gesture, so newsfeed, at replies, direct messages. I can go to my lists and stuff, but it just works and it's really pretty. What else? It's really hard to get accessories for a WebOS device. I mean, if you search on eBay for like Palm Pre 2, you won't get Palm Pre 2 screen protectors or cases. You will get 2 screen protectors for the original Palm Pre, which you don't want because it's got the little hole for the cutout. It's got the little hole for the button. It's got the older earpiece design, and it's curved because of the original Pre was curved. It's like, no, I want one for the Pre 2, which is flat. But cases and stuff should work because obviously it's the same. Like all the ports are in the same place. The only thing that's different is there's no plastic cover on the micro USB anymore. So yeah, it's just really hard to get stuff for. I said it's a fingerprint magnet. And the last con I've got on this list is this thing gets seriously hot when it's on the touch tone. Like if I go to bed at, say, 10 o'clock, or at least put it on charge at 10 o'clock to go to bed, when I wake up at 8 o'clock the next morning, that thing is boiling, like quite searing hot, which shouldn't happen. So I don't know if it's a fault on my unit, but it gets really, really hot. Alright, that's the last of the con, and luckily, because I get text from Twitter, I can show you this. This is where, obviously, notifications pop up. So it shows me a little icon, so this is obviously a message. So if I tap on that, it says I've got 2 messages from Twitter, and it'll give me a little preview. I can swipe it away, either way. I think I can also swipe down. Yeah, I can swipe down to get rid of it, or I can tap it and that'll open up the messages card. This is the Palm Pre 2 review. I love it. It's my daily driver. I mean, it probably will be for a while as well. I mean, unless I suddenly get a massive load of cash, I'll probably end up buying either ZTE Grand X or an Orange San Diego. Hey, who knows? But this is the review of the Palm Pre 2. I will give it a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars, missing out purely because of lack of apps and the fact it's sluggish at times. All the other things I can live with, but the battery life and that is just too much for me. And obviously now when I don't want it, I'm getting loads and loads of texts. Ironic, isn't it? So just swipe those away. Alright, you can get me on the website, which is www.mobile-dom.co.uk. You can get me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/mobile_dom. You can get me on Google+, which is gplus.to/Domenico Lamberti. And you can get me on emails for private consultations. They are free. I will help you get what phone. You need a new phone, need a new tablet, you don't know what to pick, you have a rough idea, come to me, I'll help you decide. The email address for that is domenico@mobile-dom.co.uk. Until next time guys, peace.